Good morning. This lecture is on Introduction to Pontics in Fixed Partial Denture. Let's see the definition. According to Glossary of Prosodontic Terms, it is defined as an artificial tooth on a fixed dental processes that replaces a missing natural tooth and restore its function and usually fills the space previously occupied by the clinical crown. Let's see the requirements of the Pontic. The surface of the Pontic should be smooth and convex in all directions so that easily cleanable. And also you should not exert any pressure on the underlying mucosa. You should not irritate the gingival tissues. And also it facilitates plaque removal and the emergence profile should match with the adjacent tooth. It should have adequate strength to withstand the masticative forces so that the FPD has a long shelf life. It should be aesthetic. Then also it's restore the function like mastication, phonetics and aesthetic. It should not overload the abutment tooth and the color should be stable. The functions of the spondyx facilitate mastication, facilitates phonetics, facilitate aesthetics, and restore comfort to the patient. Let's see the consideration of Pontic design. It is broadly categorized into three: biological consideration, mechanical consideration, and aesthetic consideration. Let's see each category. Biological consideration. Under this biological consideration, this Pontic should contact the mucosa at a small area and it should be made smooth so it should not exert any pressure to the underlying tissues. Also able to maintain the oral hygiene properly so that there is no chances for plaque accumulation and mucosal inflammation. The material should be easily polishable and easily cleansable. It should have long shelf life. When you design a Pontic, the buccal wrinkle width of the Pontic should be 30% less than the original width so that it will increase only 12% of sewing efficiency. But the mesodistal width of the Pontic should be equal to the natural tooth. When you come to the mechanical consideration, it should be made up of a material to withstand the masticative forces and the framework should be designed properly and the tooth preparation should accept the contour of the Pontic and it should contact with the occlusion. Aesthetic consideration, the aesthetics of the Pontic to match with the retainer of the fixed partial denture. So before move on to designing a Pontic, we should know the contour of the residual ridge. Seabird classified the residual ridge into three type of defect. Class 1 defect is buccolingual width of the residual ridge is reduced where the height of the residual ridge will be the same. Class 2 type of defect where the buccolingual width will be the same but the occlusogingival height of the residual ridge is reduced. In class 3 defect, both buccolingual as well as occlusogingival height of the residual ridge is reduced. Let's see how this kind of defects are managed. So in the class 1 type of defect, we can follow the Bowes technique to increase the width of the residual ridge. In class 2 and class 3 technique, we have to place graft on the buccal aspect as well as on the crustal area to facilitate the defect in the occlusal as well as in the buccal direction. So you can see various type of graft materials, onlay graft. So for further details, you can refer the following textbooks regarding this bonding. Thank you.